Today has been a crazy day for Call of Duty fans. On one hand, we have fans who are very excited for what's to come. On the other, we have people who are extremely worried. But we also have a third group. This group looks at both. They look at what we have to be excited about, but also what we need to be concerned about as well. I am one of those people. So we're going to take the time to look at both sides and see what we need to be worried about, as well as see what we have to be excited about. Let's jump into it. So to start this all off, let's look at the original article from Kotaku. Next year's Call of Duty has gone through a major upheaval, as publisher Activision informed developers this week that studios Raven and Sledgehammer, which had until now led the project, will no longer be in charge. Instead, according to three people familiar with goings-on at the companies, Treyarch will lead development on a new Black Ops for 2020. It's a significant shift for Activision's massive first-person shooter franchise, which is one of the most lucrative video game series on the planet. Every fall for the past 15 years, Activision has put out a new Call of Duty game supported by a stable of different developers who rotated duties as required. Since 2012, Activision has followed a 3-year cycle for its 3 lead studios. So right off the bat, we find out that Activision is taking Sledgehammer and Raven's responsibility as lead developers away from COD 2020 and are now giving it to Treyarch. Now, this is also the first time a developer has had less than 3 years to develop a game since Black Ops 2 in 2012. Now let's go ahead and move on. For 2020, Activision had originally switched things up, assigning the Wisconsin-based support studio Raven to take leadership along Sledgehammer to make a Call of Duty game set during the Cold War, likely involving Vietnam, for 2020. According to those briefed on the overhaul, Treyarch will take creative leadership on the new Black Ops, while Raven and Sledgehammer will serve as support studios for the game, transforming the work they've done on their own single-player story mode into a campaign for Black Ops 5, which will also be set during the Cold War. It will likely be a cross-gen game as well, to coincide with the launch of the next PlayStation and Xbox, which are also expected in the fall of 2020. So we find out that Raven was actually the lead developer for COD 2020, not Sledgehammer, which is definitely a first on its own, and that the two companies started having friction with each other at some point, which is also surprising. We also find out that the game was taking place during the Cold War, which that alone gives me hype for the game. Like, that gets me excited. We also find out that the campaign already created for COD 2020 has now been put into Black Ops 5's story as a campaign. So we are going to have a campaign for Black Ops 5, which is great to hear. And it will also remain in the Cold War. Which gives me vibes of back to the original Black Ops, which is still one of my all-time favorites even to this day. We also find out that Black Ops 5 will apparently be cross-genned with current consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One, with the next-gen consoles rumored to be out next fall, which is very interesting, and it will definitely help the game sell more if they can release the game next to those next-gen consoles. Now, I can't imagine the weight this adds onto the shoulders of everyone working at Treyarch. With them already working overtime with Black Ops 4, it's bound to be even heavier with Black Ops 5, now already on the table. And with less time than Black Ops 3 and 4 with the 3-year development, however, seeing that the original game plan for 2020 has been shelved for now, the one that Sledgehammer had, and Activision giving Sledgehammer and Raven heavy support roles for Treyarch during this time is a really good thing. Having 3 developers work on one game with what sounds to be the campaign is already far into development makes me feel a lot better about the overall development of Black Ops 5. Also, let's not forget, Black Ops 1 and 2 were both developed within 2 years, and they are at the top of most people's favorite COD games, especially Black Ops 2. Alongside the work going into Black Ops 4, Treyarch now has a lot on their plate. But with the heavy help of Sledgehammer and Raven, I feel Black Ops 5 can be an absolutely amazing game. However, we still have one more thing to go over. A lot of leaks have been happening over a Season 2 of Zombies, with the possibility of a Zombies Chronicles 2 happening in Black Ops 4. Now with this news, that may not happen. It would seem a lot more likely that they would wait and add it into Black Ops 5 rather than 4, but Season 2 and Zombies Chronicles 2 are just speculations on their own to even begin with. So my final verdict over the news we've heard today is yes, I am a little worried about the future development of both Black Ops 4 and COD 2020, Black Ops 5. However, we also have a lot to go on as well, and with what we do have, and these developers managed to pull it off, I feel like Black Ops 5 could be the saving grace Call of Duty needs. But yeah, that's all I've got for this video today, guys. I just wanted to bring this news to you today, obviously, since it's a very huge news for us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I will see you guys next time. Peace.